And we are live with the UND NDSU bike race. How are you doing, Al?
I'm good. How are you doing, John?
I have been, I'm great. I'm excited for a big bike race today. We've had a lot of riders already out there riding. And now, of course, it's the event everybody has been waiting for. Father versus Father event. Al, why don't you tell the folks what's going on here while I set up the opening shot? You
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So this morning, 8:45, Father Cheney and myself and one other student, Matt, we came up here to challenge Father Luke side by side, the two priests that are going to be duking it out on some stationary bikes. So you'll see some more information or see some more of what our shots are going to look like, but that's essentially what's going on. We're going to let you know about all the things of the bike race, keep you updated as far as totals and whatnot, let you know of some of our sponsors, and then, just continue to promote our Newman Centers and let you see what our ministries are doing on their respective campuses. I think that's what you're looking for, right?
That's about it. Yeah, you did a great job. And in fact, you did such a great job, we're now going to throw it over to the one other on-screen talent we have here. We're going to throw it over to Connor for the Father walkout. So Connor, to you in 3, 2.
Hello, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in live to the 35th annual bike race here. We're going to be... Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Folks out there, Germany, Australia, can you hear me?
So, folks, well, wait a minute. Can I try again?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, okay, I can hear you.
There we go. Well, folks, a little bit of a technical difficulty there, but my name is Connor Molly. I'm a first-year missionary here at the University of North Dakota, and I'm going to welcome in our contestants here. First, we're going to call on up Father Cheney of Bison Nation. Father Cheney, how are you feeling? I saw you stretching a lot earlier this week.
Yeah, you know where there's any good veterinarians around here?
Why is that, Father?
Because these puppies are sick.
I think those puppies could be even worse shape. They could be in a little worse shape here in a little hour.
You know why I ride? Because I want to change hearts, change lives, and form future leaders for the life of the church through campus ministry. What do you think about that, Connor?
I love that, Father. Let's see if...
This is sacrificial love. I'm going to saddle up. And I'll tell you something straight up. When the tails of the mighty bison arise, we're talking about some kind of a stampede that ultimately will uncover an ancient word, singular
There we go.
in its distinction. You know what that word is, Connor?
I'd love to hear it.
Victory!
We'll see, folks. A lot of talk so far. We'll welcome in the big dog on campus here, though, Father Luke Meyer, chaplain here at UND.
We're ready to go. I'm ready to go, man. We're ready to race this down. I hope none of you out there break your chains, because here we're going to break a little Cheney today.
That's what we like to hear, folks. John, we'll toss it back to you up front.
All right, and thank you very much. So, we have got Father Luke, Father Cheney, getting on their bikes. The music's playing, boys. Is Father Cheney just trying to figure out how pedals work? Okay. He's saying his prayers, everybody. All right. Well, we are ready to go live with the race. I'll tell you how the format's going to work today, folks. They are going to ride for an hour, and whichever priest rides the farthest during that hour is the winner. So we're pretty excited about that. And if you want to let us know that you're out there, please use the hashtag Newman Bike Race. We've got, that'll be pretty exciting. Looks like both fathers are off their bikes now. This is really stimulating television, folks. This is what you pay to see.
Commitment to serve. Look at that. Father Luke jumps back on his steed.
They're talking a little smack. All right. I think they're both just a little scared to ride. Like there's a lot of delay going on. I mean, we may have to penalize NDSU for delay of game here. I mean, they're good at football, but everything else is just choppy. All right, folks. Here we go. You ready? Father Cheney says, no, he's not. Well, that's almost. Ready, set, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.5. Okay, we good? Thumbs up from Father Cheney. Thumbs up from Father Luke. Oh, we gotta hang on. All right, on your marks. Get set. Go. All right, so we're gonna bring it back to the desk now, give them a chance to get in some time. Actually, folks, you know what I can do here? We can keep an eye on them the whole time, so we're just gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna give you a little spy camera action here, little see what they're up to. And all right, so here you are, folks. That's a bummer. Okay, now you can hear me. Cool. All right, everybody. I think we're back up and running now. So, as you know, we're kind of live producing this on the fly, but this is the first and hopefully only live bike race event here on the interwebs. My name is John Gerke. I'm the work in development here at the UND Newman Center, and who are you, Al?
My name is Al Schwalbe. I'm a senior at North Dakota State University studying animal sciences, and actually, yeah, just about to graduate this last year. Spent a lot of time in the Newman Center in our nomadic ministry platform as we continue to build our new building. But I work as a peer minister right now, and also with a little bit of the development team in and a lot of phone calls and whatnot. So it's a great job. Love what I do, and serving the church, especially as a college student. So, that's a little bit about me. I get to see a lot of what's happening on the campus of NDSU, and especially how NDSU's Newman Center Bison Catholic is changing hearts and changing lives. So, awesome opportunity. I love it so much, and getting to minister to my peers like that, John.
Absolutely. Well, we are grateful for the work that you guys do. We're proud of the work that we do here at UND. Now, folks, this is the 35th annual bike race. And this isn't what we thought the 35th would look like, but this is a pretty big tradition. So every year, normally, we get out, we ride in Hillsboro, and it's a fundraiser, it's a race, and at the end of it, we throw all those numbers, how many riders, how many miles, how much money raised, into a special algorithm to determine which Newman Center is winning. And we're going to be showing you that here in a little bit. But first of all, we just wanted to let you know that this event goes deep. It started off with both Newman Centers actually riding to meet in Hillsboro. Did you ride in that, Al?
No, I did not.
Those are the deep days?
Yes, absolutely.
Those are the old days. Well, then we kind of realized that whoever had a wind advantage on that day would just smoke the other team. So then, actually, after a while, we started driving to Hillsboro and having a race in Hillsboro. And God willing, we'll be back there next year, don't you?
Absolutely.
I hope so. Certainly hope so. Alrighty. So why don't we just talk a little bit about what everybody out there who's not in this room has been doing. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what the Newman Center folks are doing at NDSU? How are they riding this race?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So we're taking strides, especially in the I guess the world that we live in right now, to continue on with the bike race. And I think one of the greatest things that has really come out of the bike race in the last 35 years is that we are allowing our students and alumni, no matter where they find themselves in the world, to bike for the Newman Centers. And it's awesome. We've actually got a couple individuals all throughout the states, and then I think at least one that is overseas and biking for the Newman Center.
Do you happen to know what country he is in overseas, or she?
I think it was something, maybe the Republic of Malta.
The Republic of Malta?
Yeah.
Well, we don't have anything quite so big as that. We do have someone riding from Florida. We'll show you his picture in a little bit. But the way that we're doing this year, folks, is that anyone who rides for one of our Newman Centers can track their miles on an app called Strava. It's an app that goes on your phone. What does your phone look like, Al?
It is an iPhone.
So if you have a dumb little phone like mine, it doesn't work. But if you have a very trendy iPhone like Al, people have been using Strava on their phones. They put their phone in their pocket, they get out and ride, and Strava actually tells us hey, they rode so many miles. And that's how we're keeping track of who is riding what, or how many miles are being ridden for each Newman Center. It's a pretty cool system we've got here. We're pretty proud of it.
Oh yeah, I would totally agree.
And we want to thank everybody. I don't know about on your end, but the people have been so generous right now, even in the midst of this crazy coronavirus.
Yeah.
So much generosity coming from people. So many, who are some people who have stepped forward for you in a big way?
You know, I just think about a lot of the individuals, especially in my personal fundraising and stuff, that just have been super generous. Like a lot of my family friends and whatnot. I guess the county or my hometown is Beulah, North Dakota. So shout out to the miners and especially those grads. But you know, I've just been absolutely overjoyed. Overjoyed. That's what I meant to say.
Oh, you're overjoyed. He is overjoyed, folks.
Absolutely, yeah. But just a lot of friends and family that, you know, they may be fresh out of college and they still said that no, the importance of the Newman Center is so huge, or was a huge part of my life, especially going to NDSU and sometimes UND as well. But they're just absolutely willing to pay it forward to continue on the great and vital ministries of the Newman Center. So just think of my friend right now, Aaron Knutson. He's actually in Florida and biking. I'm going to be in my wedding here in a month.
You're getting married.
I am, yeah.
Well, that's wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
But yeah, he's in Florida biking it out and just started his first year, in grad school. But he's like, yeah, absolutely. Let me give you some money. Let me get biked into the race again. So old traditions die hard. Obviously, we're still doing the Newman Center or the bike race this year in what we're dealing with, but a lot of individuals continue to be generous with their time, talent, and yeah, we're very grateful, and I'm
pumped about that too.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we actually see some of those people who are out there doing the hard work for us?
Let's do it.
So first off, we've got someone from UND. All right. So what you're looking at here, folks, is a picture of Ryan Dunnigan. Ryan Dunnigan riding in Bismarck. Now, Ryan did something kind of cool. As a fundraiser, Ryan decided that he would hang his number of miles ridden on how much he fundraised. So for every, I think, $25, he would ride 1 mile. And I don't know, what do you think, Al? Looks like he rode quite a bit there. Looks like that kind of hurt a little bit, don't you think?
Oh my gosh, yeah. But I know that it'll be great for him. He's got a loving wife. He's a newlywed too.
He is a newlywed,
yeah,
absolutely.
Lauren will be able to take care of him just fine.
He married a vetter.
Oh my gosh.
You can't do vetter, then yeah.
You can't do better.
Can't do, absolutely. All right, let's go ahead and find somebody here from NDSU to show.
All right.
Is this one of your guys? Is that one of your guys?
Oh yeah.
All right,
absolutely.
all right, cool. So we're gonna go ahead. If you can't tell, folks, we have a little computer slightly off screen. Where'd he go? Where did he go? There he is. All right. So, folks, if you can't tell, we have a computer right off screen here, and that's how we're making all this magic happen for you. That is how we're doing that. It takes just a little bit of work, but we're making it happen. So let's. All right. So why don't you introduce this guy, and then I'll just fade him right on in. So who are we looking at here?
Perfect. So the one that's way on the right, that is our Director of Development, Brian Wilburn, and he just has absolutely been a champion for the Newman Center and helping us towards our campaign, and really just kicking things off with the bike race as well. In the middle is his brother, actually, Paul, who has been a longtime supporter of the Newman Center, graduated from NDSU, served quite a few years as a focus missionary, and has kind of done some other things there. So he has, just absolutely been a trooper for us and continuing to help. And you want to know what? The guy on the right,
yeah,
or on the left, excuse me.
Yes.
The sunglasses. I just can't tell.
You don't know who that is. Tough to say.
We might have to phone a friend at some point, but yeah, I mean, there's a great
guy on the left. Hey, you know what? Thumbs up for doing it without the glory, without the recognition. Kudos to you, my man. Cheers.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Absolutely.
Cheers.
Well, we've got this water here. So, folks, we've got a couple more social media posts here, and then we're going to get to a slight riding break. Here we go. We got, this is a UND student, Christina Krieger, out there riding for UND. She's actually a medical student here, heads up our CMA group, or helps lead the CMA group, which is the Catholic Medical Association on campus. She fundraised for us, so Christina, thank you for sending in that picture. Absolutely huge. Absolutely, just helps us out a ton.
But John, but John, do you know where she finished her undergrad at, huh?
Let's pull this back up. Let's see. She actually is. She has a history with you guys.
Oh yeah, 4 great years at NDSU's.
Sing at the Mass.
Yeah, absolutely. No, she was a super involved Newmanite.
So when she graduated from your Newman Center, she came up to the premium. Did she break up with you guys, or was it amicable? Like, no?
It was that we laid the foundation so that she could continue with her education and find that secondary vocation. You guys just lucked out.
We got lucked out. We absolutely did. That was absolutely huge. Well, let's see if we can find somebody. Let's see. Is this someone you know?
117.
I'm showing him pictures of. Is that someone that you know?
Oh yeah, that's
All right.
that's Maria.
Well, let's go ahead.
Absolutely.
We're gonna bring Maria live here, and just size up this picture a little bit. All right, and here you are, folks.
Awesome. Yeah, here we have Maria Breen. She is a freshman this year and has been absolutely a trooper for the Newman Center as a huge participant of things with our nomadic ministry platform. And actually this year she was one of the individuals that really did a great job of fundraising for the Newman Center, was able to bring in some serious dough. And she was shooting for that top prize, which is a brand new car for the NDSU fundraisers. So yeah, absolutely. It's awesome. Glad to see that she got out there, got some miles done.
That's good for her.
Yeah.
So, folks, if you have written and you've got photos or video, there is instructions on both of our respective websites for how to get that to us. You might be included in the live broadcast here. So please send those in. Thank you so much to all of those who have. And I don't know. I mean, I think maybe it's time we can move on to another part of our program here. I mean, there's only so much we can tell you live and in person about the work we do at our respective Newman Centers. But we actually prepared a little bit of a, well, you might call it a commercial break.
Yeah.
Commercial break. We got a commercial break for you. So we're going to go ahead and show you just some of the things that we do at our respective Newman Centers. Al, why don't you introduce your video here? What do we got?
Oh, absolutely. So, every year we continue to build what we have. Right now, we're in the midst of, we actually tore down our old building in the block that the Newman Center used to be on, and we're putting together a huge, beautiful chapel, as well as faith-based housing, as well as apartments that students are going to have the opportunity to be a part of, kitty corner from campus. So it's perfect. And I think what you're going to see here is something that we've been using for our benefactors and whatnot, but truly is a great testament for what the Newman Center has. So tune in to that.
All right, we are going to get that up right now. Okay, folks, so without further ado, I'm just making sure all of our audio is set properly. We don't want you to hear a hot mic. So let me just triple check. All right, folks, here you go. Without further ado, here's your look at what NDSU is doing at their Newman Center.
For me, it all started here at this chapel. I remember coming to the Newman Center and kind of a search for meaning in my life. And I found the reality of Jesus Christ through some retreat experiences, and it totally changed my life. I want that for every student here at NDSU. The opportunity to discover the reality of Jesus Christ and how it can bring about personal transformation within their lives, to help give them the skills to live life well and to be people of virtue.
The only reason I really went to Mass on Sundays was because my parents made me. So I was really lost that freshman year of college, felt really lonely. So finally I decided that I was going to go to a Bible study through the Newman Center. I really felt my life start to change and started to find meaning. I decided that I want to do that for other students as well. And so since then I've been leading the Bible study for a few years now. I've been leading a couple other men through discipleship. So that has led me to choose the path and to see the path that God has laid before me to be a focused missionary.
As a student here at MSUM, I'm incredibly thankful that I got involved at St. Paul's Newman Center. I got invited to go on a koinonia retreat, and that was probably one of the big turning points in my life, especially in college. I really found somewhere that I felt like I finally fit in. Once I started attending Bible study and becoming more involved in Newman, I not only found a place where I felt welcome and loved, But through that nurturing environment, I really turned to trust more in our Lord.
I'm very passionate about the Newman Center. I've been involved here for as long as I have been at the NDSU. And I'm very passionate about it because it really changed my life. I wasn't in a good place when I came here to NDSU, and through the people here at the Newman Center and through the Bible studies, the other activities that just build you up and help you grow in your faith, I've really been able to grow spiritually as well as in my leadership abilities in the church.
The reason that there's so many students year after year who give up time studying, who give up time with their friends, who give up time, different clubs, organization for the Newman Center, it's because of that joy that Christ has brought them that satisfies us more than anything else in this world.
While we're at home with our parents, we kind of just go with the flow. When we get to the college campus, we decide who we are. We decide what we're going to do and what the rest of our lives are going to look like. And if we don't have that presence of Catholic Church, of God on the campus of NDSU, we're going to lose souls. We're going to lose students to the culture of death that is becoming popular in this world.
So if you can just picture from a cultural perspective, just kind of an immense darkness and just a little flickering light. That is the light of our faith in the minds and hearts of our young adults today that I desire, along with you, to turn into a flame, to transform our culture, to transform our world, to transform the minds and hearts of our young adults that we're so privileged to serve. I believe our young adults are worth the investment, don't you?
Well, that was a cool video.
Wow, getting a little emotional.
I bet. So tell us a little bit about that. I saw a Eucharistic procession around campus. What was that all about? Tell us about that.
Absolutely. Once a year, we basically have the Eucharistic procession around campus that we consecrate. The campus to our Christ the King. You know, Christ.
No, Our Lady.
Oh, it's Our Lady.
Yeah,
You're
Our
right.
Lady of the Rosary.
You're right. Thanks, Father. Our Lady of the Rosary on that feast day. So yeah, we've been doing that for I don't know how long, as long as I've been here, but it's been a super awesome event, and yeah,
2005.
able to do that. 2005.
Yeah.
Wow, I got a great fact checker here.
I know. I mean,
in the
he's just
room.
over there. I mean,
Clock started.
I'm honestly amazed. He's grinding out the miles, and he's still just kind of micromanaging his whole staff. That is just how do you do that? That is insane. All right, and I don't know if you can see on the little video, folks, but we'll go ahead and make this a little bit bigger just so you can see what's going on here. Father Luke.
Smoking me, man.
He's smoking you, Father Cheney?
He is.
He is? That's too bad. So we're going to go ahead and show this to you, folks. Father Luke has got a headband on.
Oh yeah.
He is keeping that real.
Is this Survivor? I can't tell. Huh.
I mean, it's also possible that he was just going for the old, the face covering.
Oh.
Just trying to keep the Rona away from everybody, but he just aimed a little too high.
Virus.
And in case people are wondering at home, those bikes are actually we measured, and they are 6 feet apart. We just got a couple of big guys out there, so they look large. But I think now we're going to show you what we're doing up here in good old UND. So back in the fall, Father kind of just was writing one day, just scribbling some stuff down, and he started writing about things he was grateful for at our Newman Center, and kind of just the pastor's just overall vision of what is going on here, what our ministry looks like, who our students are, some of the history we've been through. Some of you may know our chapel burned down a few years ago, and we had to rebuild it. And so anyway, we took that letter, that text of that letter. I'm like, hey, why don't we read this? And then we kind of cut in some video to just give this overall picture of life at UND Catholic. So we're going to go ahead and get that on screen for you now, folks. Here you are. Just a second.
Each day there are so many blessings and graces that fill my mind and lift my heart to the Father in gratitude. I'm encouraged by the presence of so many who come and gather before the altar. I think of all who stopped to seek the face of Jesus in prayer through a quiet moment in the chapel. I give thanks for all the souls who entrusted their sins to the mercy of God in confession before Mass. My soul is stilled by the beauty of the Schola's solemn voice and the praise band's prayerful chords. There are those who bring their intentions to prayer. I think of our students who are saying yes to God's initiative and call in so many ways. Our prayer becomes the life breath of our soul, giving us faith and hope. Young minds are hungry for the splendor of truth, the truth that sets us free. One of my favorite things is to prepare for our fireside chats, engaging timely and lively topics. There are students looking to be baptized and confirmed at the Easter Vigil through RCIA. Over 100 students attend a weekly focused Bible study. There's a student section of the Catholic Medical Association studying bioethics and hosting the White Mass. And I'm excited about plans to soon offer academic classes here at the Newman Center. Prayer, faith, and knowledge bear fruit in service. Our students gather for Box City, an authentic night of solidarity.
John
themselves in
Gerke.
another's shoes.
Hello, can you hear me? My name is Connor
And
Molly.
also reach out throughout
Al is
the whole
about to
country
take over the
and even
world.
the whole world through mission trips.
Weird
that
Al
are popular over
Yankovic.
spring break and summer. I'm so grateful to serve with so many dedicated and talented staff, missionaries, and students. We build on the work of so many who have come before us. And the bright smiles, late nights, and deep discussions of our focused missionaries brightens campus through Bible studies and mission trips. The Newman House continues to provide a great place of community for young women. And who can forget Basil, the Bernese mountain dog who patrols the halls of the Newman. Whether planning events, out on campus, or volunteering in so many roles, our student board rises to the occasion by stepping up in leadership at the Newman Center.
All right, so folks, we've got another way for you to participate today. Gonna go ahead and make sure I can hear my own voice. I can. All right, cool. As we said at the end of that video there, your support of the Newman Center just means the world to us. And we decided we would have another kind of race.
Let's do it.
During this last, the last half of Father Luke and Father Cheney doing the miles here. So here's what we had in mind. If you go to bisoncatholic.org or undcatholic.org and you donate right now while Father Luke and Father Cheney are on those bikes, the first Newman Center to raise $1,000 wins. Not the whole bike race, that's another issue, but we just want to see which Newman Center during this time where their pastors are hard at work, riding the miles, putting in the effort, dripping the sweat, which Newman Center could raise $1,000 the fastest. So if you've already given to the bike race, awesome. Get out your phone, the one that you could track your miles on, text your friends, say, hey, you know what, come support this great cause. By the way, we're live right now, come check out this video. We would really appreciate that. So first Newman Center to $1,000, undcatholic.org, bisoncatholic.org. Right now, Al, why don't you tell us what we're going to cut to? Explain what we're going to do over here with Connor.
Absolutely. So Connor's going to give us a check-in with the priest to, I guess check in how they're doing. We're, I don't know if we're going to actually reveal how much distance they've gone, but definitely going to get a feeling of what the last 20 minutes of biking has been like for them. So without any further ado, Connor, you ready?
Oh, I'm not ready.
Oh, we're not ready. Oh, that's
ready
okay.
Yet. Are you talking, Connor? You talking? Can I hear you?
La la la.
No, again, I there you go. Okay.
Just know it's kind of for this trophy. So let's go, Father. You got it.
Well, thank you, Al. Yeah, we got to check in here with the bikers. We'll turn here first to Father Luke. And Father, we see the beads of sweat forming on the forehead. You seem to be working hard. How are you hanging in there?
Doing great, just crossing the 9th mile and in 24 minutes, so we're going fast.
That he is, folks. He's going fast. We just checked in a little bit ago here, and Father Luke has about a 2.5 mile lead at this juncture in the race. Now we'll bring it over here to Father Cheney. His head has been down. I have to ask, Father, are your spirits down as well? How are you doing?
No, I'm just pumping pedals for the best interest of our young adults, to bring Christ to the campus of NDSU, to provide faith-based programming that result in transformative leadership.
There we go, folks. There you have it. Well, I'm definitely encouraged by what we're seeing here so far, but I am a little concerned at just how much longer Father Cheney can hang on. Father Luke looks to be doing pretty well here, so we'll toss it back to you at the desk.
All right, thank you so much, Connor, for that. Thank you for the two fathers who are riding it out. All right,
I think we do have to remember, though, like that there is an age difference between these two very, very holy individuals, right?
What gave that away? Was it the color of their beards? I had no idea. I had absolutely no idea that was an issue. How old is Father Cheney these days?
Oh, Father, did I remember 57 in 2 weeks? Is that right? Yep. Yeah, but we're celebrating the 25th anniversary of Father Cheney's ordination to the most holy priesthood. So actually,
his priesthood is pretty young.
Yeah.
I mean, his priesthood is still buying used cars and renting apartments, right? Pretty much. I mean,
yeah.
You know, that's a young priesthood right there. So 57 years young and 25 years really young in the priesthood. Well, you know, Father Luke, I don't know if I can tell you this, but this summer he's hitting the big 4-0.
4-0.
Hitting the big 4-0.
No
that's right.
way.
Which means that Father Cheney would have been in high school when Father Luke Meyer started coming up from behind, if you will. And I'll bet Father Cheney could bike a little further back then, 40 years ago.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
But there we are. We're happy to have him on. Let's do the numbers, folks. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead. Bring up some numbers. So as you can see, the way the bike race works is we actually have all three of these variables, miles, riders, and dollars raised, going into a special algorithm that then calculates who's winning. Now, you know how bowling is kind of weird? You play to 300, and like golf is kind of weird. A higher score is actually worse. So here's how our weird scoring works. You'll notice that it says total points right there at the top of our little thing. Actually, it's in front of you, Al.
Yeah,
it's
right here.
It's right there. So we're basically trying to get a majority of 100 points. So right now, it looks like NDSU is leading overall, 57-43.
Just a little.
But the way it works is your score could go down, and your score is going to go down if the other person's goes up. It's kind of a tug of war back and forth between the two. So as the bike race goes on, we're going to be trying to get those up, get the more miles, more points raised, that kind of thing. And we're accepting miles until 6 p.m.
Right. Yeah.
Yes. So if you are watching this and you haven't yet ridden for your Newman Center, what are you waiting for? Like, it's a gorgeous day out there. It's a gorgeous day in here. We've got all kinds of stuff. I mean, there's no excuse. If Father Luke and Father Cheney can grind out this race live here for your entertainment, I mean, the least you could do, bike 10, bike 15, bike 25, the maximum for your Newman Center. We kind of sound like a PBS, I don't even know. If you join us at the 10-mile level,
right.
that kind of thing.
Yeah, but no, I think what you pointed out is the greatest thing, that in the past the bike race has been, from Hillsborough out and back for that full 25 miles.
Yep.
This year we're allowing individuals, you can bike up to 25 miles, but it doesn't have to be. And like what we mentioned before with Strava, that it's a super good opportunity to jump on there, to post your miles, and then we'll just add it to our totals like John was saying. But yeah, don't think that 25 miles is that big barrier, because these guys are going to get pretty dang close.
Well, you know what I'm just thinking of? Think about this, folks. If you rode only 12 miles in any previous bike race, you know where you'd be? Lost, alone, in a field. But now you can ride like a mile and be at home.
Yeah.
Safe, like Bilbo. It was a bad tie-in to your theme.
That's all
But
right.
tell you what, Al, I'm gonna have you talk about the theme a little bit, and then we're gonna have a look at some other of what some students have been doing. How does
Okay,
that sound?
yeah,
All right.
that
So what
sounds-
is your theme?
That sounds awesome. Yeah, so the theme, the Newman Center at NDSU has been running with themes ever since the beginning, I do believe, or at least especially, like I say, in my tenure at NDSU. This year, we decided to go, we're just going absolutely all out there. The Lord of the Bikes. The two Newmans. That is our bike race theme. It kind of
That's
finally
pretty special.
Yeah, finally made that happen where we can give a nod at the Lord of the Rings series and whatnot, but and keep those good jokes coming from you as well.
Well, what took you so long? I mean, the Lord of the Rings has been out for a while. Like they even made a movie out of it. It's been around. It's got some cultural cachet.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, not just one movie, but I think over the course of everything, like 6 movies. We're just still. It's kind of like the Renaissance man, where you come to appreciate some of the finer things in life and those past classics. So
I see.
That's where we're at.
Well, I think we've got another thing we can do here. So without what we're gonna do, how am I gonna? I'm arranging the shot, folks. I'm arranging the shot. So here's what we're gonna do. Let's go ahead and see. We got a rider here from UND who sent in a video. Let's see if this works. Let's see what he's up to.
Good morning, UND Catholic. I'm happy to join you on this beautiful Friday morning for the bike race. Hope you all have a safe ride and enjoy it.
All right, that was Jacob Tupa sending out some love to the UND riders this morning. I'm going to go ahead and try and find an NDSU rider here with video. Do you see anyone?
Well.
Who's that? Is this someone you know? Actually,
yeah.
You know what? Here, we can show you. We can show this one to you.
Absolutely.
All right. So Al, why don't you go ahead and explain what's going on in this photograph here? What's going on there?
Absolutely. So one way to combat, just students not being able to bike for the bike race this year for the sheer lack of having a bike. In the past, we've had gracious donors that would allow us to basically just borrow some of theirs, and by some of theirs I mean a truckload or trailer loads of it. So we jumped on and asked one of our past alumni who actually came up to UND as well, John, and he currently owns Total Balance Fitness and Therapy in Fargo. So I asked him, hey, do you got some stationary bikes? Pulled him out there, and right now, or actually yesterday, we had just a couple of our students. I was actually in that picture on the far end. But
you were?
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
That's just been a super cool way that we've been able to combat it and keep people engaged and exercising for the bike race.
Well, that's wonderful. And I actually noticed that they were riding the exact same kind of bikes that Father Luke and Father Cheney are currently riding on.
That's right.
Before we go to this next video, folks, a reminder, the first Newman Center to raise $1,000 during this broadcast will win some serious bragging rights. So please head to UND Catholic or bisoncatholic.org. Send in those donations. We really would appreciate it. And actually, remember we were talking about Christina earlier?
Oh yeah.
Well, we actually have a video from her.
Oh.
Like, I hate to make it all about her, but I think this is merited because she's an alumna, beloved member
Student,
of both.
yeah.
Exactly. So let's just see what she's going on here.
Let's do it.
Hey everyone, my name is Christina Creer and I just finished my 25 miles and this is actually my 7th bike race. I rode for NDSU 5 times, a couple times in high school and then when I went to undergrad there, but now I'm in my 2nd year of grad school at UND, so this is my 2nd time riding for the other team. But to be honest, I'm a really big fan of both Newman Centers. They've both been great things in my life. And I think this is a great event to go out and support them. I just want to give a quick shout out to Father Luke and Father Cheney. Keep going, you guys are doing great, keep pedaling, and may the fastest priest win.
All right.
Wow, what a sweetheart.
Well, that was great, and she gave a shout out to Father Luke and Father Cheney, saying, keep going, may the fastest priest win. And that, I mean, very tactful, absolutely very tactful. Is this someone you recognize here?
Oh, let's see. Father Greg Sauer. Oh, absolutely.
All right,
yeah.
so we're going to bring Father Greg on board here. Of course you would recognize him. Folks, you'll see this in just a second. All right, so what do we got going on here?
Yeah, I actually had the opportunity. I called Father Greg in one of our phone-a-thons to raise money. He said, "No, I'm not going to raise money. I'm biking." And I said, "Oh, okay, cool. How are you biking? You're like, are you just doing it remotely, right? Because you're in St. Cloud." He's like, "Actually, I'm going to ride my unicycle."
Oh, let me actually move the photo up. Let me move that photo up, folks.
Yeah.
Here you go. Photo moving up. That is
the priest.
That is a unicycle.
The priest, Father Greg Sauer. He's just cranking it out there for the bike race on a unicycle. Can you imagine, people? 25 miles on our normal bike kind of isn't all that enjoyable.
It's kind of like a Mr. Beast video or something like that. Like, hey, I rode a 25-mile bike race on a unicycle. That's intense.
He's a guy. He's such a trooper. But yeah, another example. He was able to get his undergrad, or at least worked on it. I'm not sure if he graduated from NDSU, but started out his college career at NDSU, then went to the seminary as well. So yeah, a great testament to our Newman Center's ability to crank out some vocations. But
absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely. You know what I realized, Al? We haven't yet talked about another group of people without whom this whole thing would not have been possible, and that is our glorious sponsors.
Absolutely.
So leading off the top of the ticket, I mean, folks, if you live in Grand Forks or Fargo, right, and you've got a plumbing problem that can't be solved by a brisk bike race and a hot pepper, get it? Then you need to call up Lunseth Plumbing and Heating. They have been amazing to us. They have been our premier sponsor for as many years as I can remember of the bike race. Big supporters of the Newman Center. I think are they sponsoring you as well?
Yeah, they're a corporate sponsor for us as well for the top tier. So yeah, you
can't say enough about Lunseth Plumbing and Heating. So for all of your plumbing and heating needs, Lunseth Plumbing and Heating. And if you're in the Fargo Moorhead area, you're in the Grand Forks, East Grand Forks area, they are just fantastic. Who else do you have at the top of the ticket there?
Yeah, I guess the one other, there's two really big ones that I wanted to touch on, if that's okay.
Fine. I'll do two after you.
Okay, perfect.
I'll do two after you.
Yeah, our number one that's just been a trooper for us on the bike race as well as our capital campaign is Roars Construction Inc. They have just absolutely they're the contractors that are helping us out on the project. They've continued to be there in our corner, and you just want to give a personal shout out to Roars because they are tremendous supporters of the NDSU Newman Center and all of our programming, all of our buildings that's going to be coming up. The other one is Ironclad Marketing. Ironclad is a marketing firm out of Kindred, and they've been with us for a couple of years, and absolutely, again, they're just great troopers and testaments to what great individuals can do for a great Newman Center. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to give them some love.
Absolutely. And, this all would not have been possible without another one of our top-tier sponsors, Fritz Nelson Accounting, Certified Public Accountants. And let me tell you, folks, I mean, these are uncertain times, and there's money coming out of Washington, there's money going into Washington. Tax date is moving all over the calendar. It's like Easter, well, when is it? I don't know. It's the fourth day after the full moon from the equinox of, why go through that trouble? Why worry about your taxes when you can have a CPA do the work for you? Fritz Nelson has been an amazing contributor to the Newman Center. In fact, folks, you may not know this, but Matt Comprood, the head guy over there, the head honcho, the boss, is actually right here in studio. He's off on the camera side here, but he's handling our key grip work, our lighting work. He designed the light stands that are currently illuminating Father Luke and Father Cheney. So big shout out to Fritz Nelson. And also, I don't think I told you about this one yet, but we want to thank. We have an in-kind donation this year that we want to thank people for.
Okay.
And that was an in-kind donation for a Newman. We had some radio time basically.
Oh, nice.
So folks, when I'm queuing up here for you is the ad that we aired on iHeartRadio. So this is what we put out there on iHeartRadio because of their generosity.
On April 25th, show the bison who's boss and ride for the UND Newman Center in the annual Newman Bike Race. Go to NewmanBikeRace.org for more information. That's NewmanBikeRace.org.
It's NewmanBikeRace.org.
It's NewmanBikeRace.org.
Oh my gosh.
So we were so grateful for our friends at iHeartRadio who put together a very nice package of ads for us. Well, we put the ads together and they put them out there. $2,500 in-kind gift. So thank you to iHeartRadio.
Cheers. That's great. That's awesome.
Yeah. So you know what, folks? We want to make sure we're bringing you everything that you want to see. And so right now, I think what we're going to do is we've got some, right now with the coronavirus, students aren't in the building.
Mm-hmm.
Huge bummer. Massive buzzkill, because what we do is all about the students. But some students put together some testimonials about what they're learning at the Newman Centers and the types of ministries that we're giving, and learning, the students just talking about what the Newman Centers are for them. So we're going to go ahead and show you some pre-recorded student testimonials here, just to give you a sense of when you give to the bike race. If you call in, go to our website right now to give on that $1,000 challenge, this is what you're supporting. This is what these fathers work for. This is what it's all about, folks. Mm-hmm. So we're going to go ahead and start with the UND student testimonials, and then we are going to go and show you the NDSU ones after that. So without further ado, folks, here we are. This is what our students think about the UND Newman Center.
It just works so easily with Claire. We just get along really well, and she wants me to go to heaven, and she wants to become a saint with me. We always like to talk about saints come in pairs. And it's that's what this is discipleship and authentic friendship in general. It's just living life together, trying to lead each other on the path that will get you to be saints so that you can get to heaven together. My name's Abby Skavisky. I'm a junior here at UND.
I'm Ben Stagg. I'm a junior this year. I think one moment that was really impactful and really kind of brought me into the Newman Center was the first week of school. They had the Welcome Week events, and one of the missionaries, Derek, I got my phone number just as a result of us playing spike ball for a while, and almost every week for about 5 months, he would just text me, and it wasn't really necessarily texting about the Newman. He just would ask me how school was going, and was just so intentional of checking in on me as a person, not just another person he had met.
Yeah, Claire is my discipler and also one of my best friends. Claire is a first-year focus missionary here on campus, but we also have the component of an authentic friendship with that.
I think our Bible study obviously started because Derek invested in each of us individually. I think there's an investment of genuine caringness, but I think that beyond that, it took a lot of trial and error studies. There was a lot of weeks that we just kept showing up because we all had this feeling that we needed something more. And it took a lot of weeks of probably not the greatest discussions, but we kind of broke down those walls of being willing to share, of actually becoming friends and growing closer. 6 semesters later, they're some of the closest friends I will ever have. I can say that confidently. There's things we've shared together that I don't think very many people know about any of us.
I think I would say my favorite Newman Center memory, or memories in general, are not necessarily one specific thing, but it's fun to think back on them and know how they all link together. One example would be Seek last year, because it just really amplified how Jesus was readily accessible at all times. It wasn't only on Sunday, I started coming to daily mass a lot more often, and then my authentic friendships really flourished after that. And so I think that was a big memory in general, but because of that, it led to a bunch of these other ones.
I've made more memories since I've become more involved with the Newman Center that I'm happy with and proud of than those memories that made me when I thought I was actually having fun, even though I wasn't. I realized that it was a place on campus that could remove you from all the extraneous, really just not needed parts of college, and just remind you that there's a place that really is your home, no matter where you are.
All right. So that is what our students think about the Newman Center. Obviously, Focus has been a huge blessing to our campus, and we're dearly missing our students. But we've actually seen an increase in attendance for our Bible studies going online, which is just a tremendous testament to both our missionaries. Got to give a shout out to Madeline, to Claire, to Morgan, Luke, and Connor, who are just doing the hard work. You've seen Connor here interviewing Father Luke and Father Cheney, and they are really making these Bible studies just absolutely go, even in this time of coronavirus. So Al, why don't you introduce the video we're about to see and talk a little bit about what it is?
Yeah, absolutely. So last spring I had an opportunity to visit with some college students that are absolute Newmanites, and we asked them just a couple questions, you're basically going to get to see that of how the Newman Center has formed them, as well as some other alumni. One that is a priest, one that's a pharmacist, and one that works as he used to work as a development officer for the Newman Center, but have all really been formed through what Bison Catholic has to offer through our campus ministry. So without further ado,
absolutely, let's do it.
That have the privilege of going to a Newman Center and to see how an encounter with Christ and His church truly forms them in their view of the world.
I think in today's culture, I decide what's right and wrong, and that's where we have all these problems.
So who decides what's right and wrong? Well, our Creator.
That's actually one of the things that I find most important about the Catholic faith is that it sets up a standard.
I think the more we learn, the more we see that that higher power, whether you believe in it or not, was actually right.
Life begins at conception.
At conception.
At conception. Life begins at conception.
As soon as that sperm hits the egg, that's God's plan in action.
Love is willing the good of another, and love is sacrifice.
Love is sacrifice.
Love is death to self for another.
As you can see on the cross, that's what Jesus did. He gave himself, he sacrificed himself for us.
So if you want love, look at the cross. That's what we're called to, and it's really hard.
You know, in the end, if we truly love something, we're going to give them everything that we are.
And then I ended up studying there, and then I got more friends there, and then there's more and more reasons where it was a daily place to go.
The contagiousness of the other students and the staff really kind of made me excited about being Catholic.
I remember very vividly some friends of mine that I met early on started to kind of reach out to me. And through all that, I ended up going on a conference. I experienced Christ in the Holy Eucharist for the first time. Truly that I was rocked. I remember coming back after that trip. It was a Thursday daily mass at the Newman Center where I went to confession for the second time in my life. And I received communion probably for the first time that I remembered being the true presence and actually believed it.
There's this retreat, and I thought it really was kind of a general retreat, but it really ended up being more for guys that were thinking about the priesthood, and I didn't really realize that till I was on my way there in the vehicle with other guys. But there, went to confession. That was my first time going since being in college, and just remember being very heartfelt. Very sincere. When I received God's forgiveness through the absolution, I just knew in my heart, in my soul, that I was going to be a priest.
Campus is really kind of the gold mine where we take the gold out of the ground and we refine it, we mine it, and we make it into a jewelry. Our parishes are the place where we really experience the fruits of our labor. There are a lot of our young adults who discover the reality of Christ, and it begins to affect real change. I urge you to consider making campus ministry the first thing in your heart. Join us in taking the mission of St. Paul's Newman Center to a new level.
From this sacred place, Christ will reach out to the young people, to the faculty members, to the employees, the families, and even strangers who pass through the halls and the corridors of NDSU. This Newman Center will announce to everyone, and this is important, that Jesus is near us, that He walks with us, and that He's ready to embrace us with God's mercy.
That's great.
Beautiful video.
I think I kind of underpromised. You got a little bit of the bishop there. You got to see what he's got to say at our groundbreaking ceremony, and then that last frame. Yeah. That very last frame of what the new building is going to look like right from campus.
Well, it's floating behind you.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's right. Yeah, we got it floating behind you there.
The tandem bike. I think it's on this side, right?
Yeah, that's right there. There we are. Look at that. Woo! Now we want to make sure we feature some more of our riders out here. So we got this video in from Father Jason Aslan. And Father Aslan, I think, is actually riding for us out in I believe it's Florida, right, Father? Ellendale. No, you're not Florida. We have someone riding in Florida. So anyway, folks, here's what Father Aslan had to say.
What was the hardest part of the race?
You know, it was really soft out there. The wind was kind of hard.
We heard you ran out of water.
No. I mean, water. It was 25 miles. I did okay with that. Probably the hardest. You know, the distance. The social distancing. So that was the hardest thing, riding alone, but I saw a few great fan sections, cheering sections, so it was a great ride, supporting the UND Newman Center and all the great work that they do for the students there, so I'm happy to support their work with this ride.
Testimonies are more like spotlights, like these.
Well, it's more spotlights.
Okay.
All right. So that was Father Jason Aslan talking about some of the difficulties of riding. We got another video here. Not sure who this is, but Al, can you tell us who it is? I'm going to just go ahead and go live with it.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Father Cheney.
Come in.
Ready for that bike race?
How's it going?
Great. I'm doing awesome.
Save that for later.
Yeah. Are you ready?
We'll save that for later.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
All right. Let's see, look at some other people who are riding for us here.
I think we already did that one.
We already did, right. So what's...
Yeah, do that one. Yeah.
This one?
That was a great one. Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll bring her up here. So who we got here? Who's this? Is that...
Oh, Michael Metler.
Michael Metler.
Yeah.
So tell us about Michael Metler.
Well, I mean, the Metler clan has been a part of NDSU since, again, I keep saying since, but I have really no idea. But there's been generations of Metlers coming to the North Dakota State University, and there's actually one right now, Lawrence, who is fundraising for the top spot. So yeah, again, Metlers are a great family for the Newman Center and the life of the church, and we're lucky to have them.
This wonderful. Let's see who we got here going on. All right, well, folks, here's one for you. This is where'd it go? I had it just. Oh boy, this is so complicated. Here we go. Whoop. Do you see where it went?
I'm really not sure. No.
I had a picture of my own mother was out riding for the Newman Center, and I can't. I had it here just like. All right, so here's let's see who this is. All right, so we've got here, we're coming to you live in just a second, folks. We're having some technical difficulties on our end here, but this is the Schmidt family. The Schmidt family, they are out riding for UND. We appreciate that.
Nice.
Thank you to them. And yeah, I really did have a picture of my mother here just a second ago, and it went off into the ether land. All right, Al, so I'm going to pull up someone from you.
Absolutely.
What are you looking at here?
There was one of Michael Mayer. I think he had just an awesome... Wow.
Where are we looking?
I'm not sure. I don't see him now.
Oh, there.
Oh, yeah.
There he is.
This is
All
a
right.
video, I think, though.
Oh, good. Okay, we can do that.
Perfect. Yeah.
So here we...
Awesome. Okay, well, I'll tell you a little bit about Michael. Michael's the peer minister for NDSU's Newman Center. Super great guy, and when classes got dismissed or sent home, he went back to Mott, North Dakota to the farm, and he's actually, biking in Mott, so there you go.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and show you Michael. I think that's not a video.
Oh,
I think that is a beautiful picture.
Oh, okay, perfect.
It's a beautiful picture of him here, riding up a hill, big hill rolling up.
Absolutely.
And you know what?
Well, you know that life in Western North Dakota, it's just rolling hills constantly. I don't know. Michael, how many miles did Michael bike? Something like, he's up there with 20-some, and he said, the really hard part is having to bike uphill both ways. And, you maybe heard that from your grandparents or your parents like I did. And, actual testament to having to bike uphill both ways.
All right, folks. And as previously promised, If I can do this. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go ahead. We're close. And all right, there's my mom out on the Gateway Trail, riding in St. Paul, Minnesota, for UND. So we appreciate that.
Wow, that's awesome.
Thanks, Mom.
That's so cool.
Thank you, Mom. All right. So that is good stuff. And how are we doing on distance here? We're closing in, aren't we? How long we got yet, Father Luke?
For the priest.
6 minutes.
6 minutes.
Wow.
You know what, folks?
It's time, not distance.
It's time. It is absolutely time, not distance. So we've got 6 more minutes. So, folks, just a final couple plugs here. Let's go over quickly. We want to be sure we thank. Knights of Columbus supported us. And who do you got in your mid-tier? We got Knights of Columbus, Catholic Psych Institute, The Ground Round, S&S Transport, American, Deeks Pizza.
Oh, Deeks.
Deeks.
I love Deeks.
Norman Funeral Home, Rusty Wysocki, East Grand Storage. Who do you got? We're going down here.
Well, we've got Premier Electric Services, Inc., Mayo Pharmacy, which is Kevin Mardigan, the pharmacist in Bismarck, Northern Bag and Box Company, and St. Bartholomew Catholic Academy, but also Lloyd's Repair and Service. So Lloyd Trout had a son that graduated from NDSU, and he was just an absolute bomb man, a great man for Christ that was a servant to the Newman Center and to the entire community, and actually was tragically murdered. But their family continues to continue to support the Newman Center, absolutely loves all of the students, and living that same legacy that Sam left for all of us, and keeping that alive. So yeah, I just really want to give a special shout out to Lloyd's Repair and Service, because what a great family. Worked continually help us out, and they're just, again, phenomenal people raising great kids for the future church. So thank you guys, all of you, for the trophy level sponsors of Bison Catholic that
awesome
help make this happen.
Absolutely. Now we're getting into the final 5 minutes here, folks. So we're going to do something a little bit special. We're going to go ahead and put on a little bit of music and put on a little bit of ambience and cut to the fathers for their final 5. Here we go, folks. Okay, we thought we had music. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, awesome. Sounds great.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3. John Gerke, testing. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Howdy, folks. Well, the priests have about a minute left in their rides. Father Luke has about a 5-mile lead on Father Cheney, but both are exerting themselves very well, both pushing themselves to the limit. Let me tell you, folks, it's been a treat to watch this today. A couple priests going at it, really competing to the best of their abilities, allowing the Lord to shine through their performance, giving all the praise and the glory to our God. Father Luke has been rocking a nice little sports band, headband. Father, what do you call that? A little towel. You can put it over the mouth on occasion to block the coronavirus as well. But Father Cheney, yeah, what are you doing over there, Father? Just pounding them out? Yeah. Folks, his determination is incredible. This is a man unlike any other. He's a legend, as some would say, down in Fargo. So, but we have our own legend up here in Grand Forks as well, in Father Luke. So, don't know if you can hear that or not, but Father Cheney letting out a couple sighs. Exchanging a little banter here. If you heard that, folks, down to 30 seconds left. Coming down the home stretch. I tell you what, it's nice that they're right in the basement. If they're in real life, Father Cheney wouldn't be able to see Father Luke, but he's still only a few feet away. Father Luke about 6 miles ahead at this point. Really putting the pedal to the metal here in the last few seconds. Down the home stretch, into the white flag. And we have our winner of the race, Father Luke Meyer.
All right, that's it. Father Luke, Father Cheney, for the glory, for the greater glory. All right, awesome. Thank you, folks, for tuning in. Thank you to everybody who rode. All right, so any words of wisdom, Father Luke, for riding the bike?
Smoke me. What's your secret?
Extra fuel, man. Extra fuel.
Wow. That's awesome. Yeah, I know what happened. I cramped up about halfway through and couldn't move my leg. So, good ride.
Good ride.
Yeah.
All right, well, that is solid stuff.
Solid.
Yeah.
We are. That was good.
Absolutely.
That was a solid race. That was a solid race right there.
Let him walk
Hey, folks. Oh, good. There you are.
Okay.
We thought we lost you. That would have been terrible. Oh no. Well, I think what we got a little bit of time for here. Let's just scrub through a couple student photos that we have.
Okay.
Couple people that we haven't gotten to yet. So many people sending in their pictures. We got a Nick Meyer here. Any relation, Father? Nick Meyer.
Cousin Nick from Florida.
So here's cousin Nick. That's who's from Florida. Cousin Nick is from Florida. Thank you, cousin Nick, for riding for UND. We sure appreciate it. Who else do we have here? Is this Michael Metter, someone who does he belong to you?
we already did Michael.
We did Michael already.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. How about Vince? Is this one of your people? Vince Wade? Leanne Ripplinger? She's some. She's one of our, oh well, we'll show Leanne Ripplinger then.
Okay.
All right. Right, there we go. Oh,
no
Leanne
way.
used to be a peer minister here.
That's awesome.
All right, well, thank you, Leanne. And Leanne, we're gonna go ahead and show you there. There's Leanne Ripplinger. Thank you for riding for UND Catholic. All right, that was pretty solid stuff.
Yeah.
Want to also thank First International Bank, All True, Holy and Decor. I totally forgot. You know, this whole thing would not have been possible without well. First of all, the pedal in Grand Forks gave us a nice reference to get these bikes. And then Fitness Doc, Mike Garcia over at Fitness Doc got us these stationary bikes for our live broadcast today.
Awesome.
Really big help, really big help. any sponsors that you want to thank?
Yeah, I'm just gonna run through some of these that I kind of missed beforehand, but we have, like I said, Ironclad, Roars, Lunseth, in CBI, Vision Bank, CI Sport, iDigital, Gemco MaxAir, Shannon Engineering, Real Presence Radio Network, United Printing, Valley Imports, and then Essentia Health are the rest of our top tier sponsors, the director levels that are absolutely making a huge difference for the Newman Center at NDSU. Getting on that pizza track, though, we also do at Pizza Corner. So
I see.
Wow, yeah, absolutely. Got a good showing from a lot of different individuals, and really just got to be super thankful for those great sponsors, and again, Total Balance Therapy and Fitness for allowing us to have students and alumni bike in Fargo in this time of maybe not actually having a bike. So yeah, thanks again to you all.
Awesome. We also want to especially thank Italian Moon, Wayland's Moving and Storage, Triangle Coach Service, Franciscan Sisters of Diligent, who I am almost positive are not watching right now, but thank you, sisters, for keeping us all in prayer. All True, Holy and Decorating, Northern Air, featuring axe throwing when this is all over. And we're all going to need to throw some axes at how stressful this has been. Twin Cities Motors, Bell Bank, Home of Economy. I mean, we have a board of so many local businesses here. But that has been a 35th bike race. We are pretty proud of it. And let's get everybody in here. Let's get everybody in. We're going to go ahead and pull this camera back a little bit. Here's our set, folks. Hope you like it. But yeah, let's get in for one big group video here. Come on, because I think we need to have a toast to 35 years of a bike race, and hopefully many more.
Yeah.
So folks out there, we hope that you're having some good cheer. We hope that you are, riding for your Newman Center. Please donate. We'll post later today who won the $1,000 race off. But here, moving all the electrical equipment out of the way, here is to a 35-year tradition and hopefully 35 years more.
Woo!
Whoa! Cheers, everybody.
Yeah.
We hope you take care. We'll see you on the next one. All right. Bye-bye.